Schooners, and welcome to the Highbury Corner podcast, episode 2. I'm here with Dowie and Wayne, and of course, we want to discuss all things Arsenal and our victory on the weekend against Manchester United at Old Trafford. Of course, like I said, we all watched the game. Bit of a up and down performance. I was a bit disappointed with us going forward, but in the end, 3 points is all that matters. So we'll start, of course, Wayne. What were your thoughts on the game firstly?
I think I wasn't really impressed yesterday, to be honest with you. I know obviously it's the first game of the season. The boys need to be getting up to speed. I think in that game, Zumba Mende, he went missing. Saka, poor performance. Again, Martinelli, another poor performance by him. As I said to you last week about Raya, he just makes me, every time he gets the ball, I just think to myself, I don't know what this guy's going to do. So I'm still not convinced by Raya. Okay, fair enough, he got man of the match, but for me, I'm still not convinced. Yes, he pulled off some great saves, obviously, which saved us yesterday. But yeah, I just think we're not fluid enough currently at the moment, boys. And for me, knowing Arsenal, even though we got the little 1-0 victory yesterday, we'll probably play Leeds this coming weekend, and we'll probably end up losing against them.
I dread that. But what do you think, with Dowie? Talk to me.
I'll be honest with you, very disappointed at us. As Wayne said, when I saw the team sheet, I saw Casemiro and Fernandes there, and I saw Zubimendi, Rice, Odegaard in there as well. I really thought, we would overpower them. But yeah, very disappointed in the whole team. As Wayne said, David Raya is probably man of our match, alongside maybe Calafiori. Saliba and, Gabriel had a bit of a dodgy first half, I would say. Second half, definitely improved and kept them, kept United at bay. Because I'll be honest with you, they could have won it.
We rode our luck.
We were very lucky.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, very lucky. They hit the post. They had more possession. They had more shots on target. I would say, Wayne said, we were very lucky, very, very lucky. So again, not very convinced at all. Gyökeres, obviously, 16 minutes, he's got out, but yeah, no service to him. So you can't really blame him. When he's had the ball, he's held up the ball as much as he can do. Another disappointing thing for me is the substitutions. Noni and Havertz come on, didn't affect the game, nothing. Overall, very, very disappointed with the performance. Obviously, it's the first game. Most important thing is 3 points, which we've got. We move on to Leeds, but I'll be honest with you, as Wayne said, we really have to step it up come Saturday.
Yeah.
Because based on that performance,
Yeah.
I'm not convinced.
Sav, Dowie, one quick question.
Yeah.
Do you think that Noni should have started ahead of Martinelli?
Yes.
Yesterday.
Well, in hindsight, we can say that now because obviously Martinelli had a poor game. Misplaced passes. The same as Odegaard. You can make case for Odegaard. Somebody else maybe one area should have started instead of Odegaard. That's how bad the whole team have played. In hindsight, we could say he should have started, etc. But end of the day, it's not going to make a difference. Poor performance. We need to move on. But yeah, one thing I would want to say, Calafiori, good header to get in there. But apart from that, there's really not much to take positives.
Back to what Wayne's touching on. Have you guys seen the All or Nothing documentary?
Yeah.
On there, Arteta's talking, and he goes, one of the difference between me and Pep, he goes, Pep sees players as numbers. He goes, I can't do that. So Pep looks at you, you're his, let's say, number 2 in the squad. If you're not performing, he'll replace you. Now, Martinelli's been crap, I was about to say another word, for the last 2 years and in pre-season. This man needs to be replaced. He's not on the level. If we want to win a title or win a Champions League, this guy is not that guy. And that's why, again, I was telling Dowie off air that I'm gutted about the whole Eze thing going to Tottenham because Eze can play number 10, which means he can replace Odegaard in the team, or if Arteta wants to keep Odegaard in the team, he can replace Martinelli on the left wing. And it's mind-boggling to me that we are now not in the running for Eberechi Eze, and he's going to bloody Tottenham. And I can't put my finger on why we wouldn't pursue a player such as Eze, because we obviously have, problems in them areas. Like I said, Odegaard's been rubbish for a year, and people will say, "Oh, well, he got that injury and he's never been the same since." Well, we had a whole pre-season, yeah, and he's still not cutting the mustard for me. Like, if you look at it, United had 61% possession to our 31. Okay, they were at home, but they're still nowhere near as good as us if you look at it on paper. And I even got the stats, like, we only had 3 shots on target. Like, 3 shots to their 7. And again, like I said, like, where we, again, the stats don't lie here, that, we got a goal from 4. We had 4 corners and we scored, which shows that, again, we're like set piece merchants. Like, so people call us Stoke City 2.0. And I was saying to Dowie again off air, what I want Arsene Wenger's attack, Arteta's defense. If we had something like that, where you had Arteta's defensive unit, but with the fluidity going forward with an Arsene Wenger team, we'd be unstoppable.
Agreed.
Because again, I hate to say it, but I'm not excited watching us at the moment. Like, a lot of that was last year as well. I'm just not excited. I don't know what it is. Like, I found us more exciting when we signed Jesus, and we had that Jesus Sinchenko year where we were just
nothing's changed from last season.
Yeah,
It hasn't. And even the players we have, we're not playing them to their full potential.
Yeah,
that is another problem which I'm seeing week in, week out with Arsenal. Tony Adams made that comment the other day saying that Declan Rice should be captain.
Yeah.
I agree with him.
I do.
I think that Odegaard isn't captain material. Declan Rice is at that level where he will bring players around him to the same magnitude how Declan Rice plays. So I personally think Decker should be the captain going forward now.
Yeah, but he's not going to do it because he said he made all the players vote and they all voted for Odegaard.
Yeah,
I mean, can you imagine the dressing room if they didn't? If they actually, maybe they voted with their heads and not their heart. Maybe they thought, right, you know what? If we all vote for Deckers, we might upset the group. We've now stripped Martin Odegaard of the captaincy. That could affect the morale of the squad.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, you know what? We know probably Deckers is more of a leader, but we can't do this to Martin. He's been the captain for 2-3 years now. We just keep Martin. I think that's what I reckon that is.
Yeah, agreed.
But does he drive the team forward as much as what Declan Rice would do, though? This is the thing. I don't really see him giving a bollocking to the players.
No.
He's a very quiet captain.
From
what I see, he's not very kind of vocal like other captains. Obviously, we don't know what happens in the changing rooms, but certainly from on the pitch, etc. He's not. I don't think he's got that kind of aura, that stands out.
It comes to the fact that if you look at our ages, we come from the era of Tony Adams as captain, Patrick Vieira as captain.
Yes.
They were captains. Roy Keane was the captain of United at that time as well. We're used to that type of captain, someone that's going to lead by example, someone that's going to marshal the players, tell the players if they're doing wrong. And this generation's just different. Just different. That's all I can say. It's just like now they can accept Martin Odegaard as a captain, but he ain't captain material. He ain't got those leadership qualities for me on the pitch. Maybe off the pitch, I don't know the man. Never met him. But
personally, for me, I would give it to Gabriel. I always like giving captains to defenders just because they can see from defense for pretty much the whole team, so he can direct things. So that would be my choice. But again, as you said, that's highly unlikely he will change it now. But yeah, let's see. Obviously, how the season pans out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll touch on the victory again. It's Old Trafford, first game of the season. Is a very difficult game. We're not fully fit. To get the win is still like I think it's a little bit overlooked in some aspects because I was disappointed with how we performed. But at least getting the 3 points and coming home for me is the most important. But we definitely need to play better against Liverpool because Anfield's going to be a different ball game.
Well, you're absolutely right, and it also goes to show that with us as a team, we need to be burying teams, not by
Mm,
one single goal,
yeah,
two, three,
yeah,
maybe four. You know, Man City are doing it,
yeah,
Liverpool are doing it.
yeah,
They're putting teams to bed.
yeah.
We can't put teams to bed, and that's why we always either end up drawing,
Mm,
which is going to cost us, like it did last season,
mm.
or we'll lose games because we're not putting the ball in the net. We're creating chances, but we're not finishing those chances we've created.
100, 100. Roy Keane said that. He did it. And
And
if you
I
watch the
said that
post,
too.
yeah, he said that in the post match, and he was like, yeah, no wonder. It goes like Arsenal, they got their goal and they're just happy to sit back, and like
Exactly.
whereas Liverpool go for the throat, they kill the teams. City, same thing, but we just sort of we trust our defense, and then if a team equalizes late on, then what do we do?
We have no idea.
And this is the problem. We played Man United, which, let's be honest, it was a few players. But if that was a Liverpool or a City, they're scoring the equaliser and they're going on to win that game
Trust
against
me.
us. You know,
If
it was a
Salah
point.
is in that position, he's
Yeah,
scoring, mate.
he's scoring the goal. So yes, it was a good victory, 3 points, etc. But based on a performance, nah, I'm not happy at all. I was really looking forward to seeing, a good performance and a good victory. That didn't pan out. I was actually surprised Man United.
Yeah,
Man United played.
yeah.
Very surprised.
They had
Uh,
total of 22 shots, and we only had 9. Like I
yeah,
said, we had 3 on target. They had 7, but they came
you
at
know,
us, man.
they came at us. I was really in the last 20, 25 minutes, well, pretty much a whole game to be fair, but because obviously we were winning 1-0, the last half an hour, it was all them,
Yeah,
and
I
I
was
was like,
worried.
wow. But we held on, and obviously, football is all about getting 3 points. So can't be
Then,
too downbeat about it, but
yeah,
it's a
Mm.
victory at the end of the day.
which is true. But then, should United have ended up really with 10 men?
Mm.
You could say the
You know,
same
was that a
about
red card?
us as well, Wayne.
Look, you know me. I don't want to go into conspiracy. I believe there's always this conspiracy against Arsenal when it comes to the PGMOL and the FA and the refs, man. So yeah, like I said, everything favours Liverpool. That was what it was last year. No one wants to call it out, but for us, it's like it has to be like stone wall for them to call anything for us, and it's always again for against us. But again, I won't go too much into that because I've got that sort of feeling about things like that.
It's just different standards, isn't it, for
Yeah,
us? All the
yeah,
other teams, that's what it is. The
yeah,
standard.
yeah. I mean, look at last year. Declan Rice is sending off, Trossard sending off, Saliba sending off. Even though he hit the ball, Saliba, and he hit the other guy on the head, but he hit the ball first, sent off. It's things like that cost us last year. And like I said, we've
Big
only
time.
had one game yet, but let's wait and see what happens because I don't trust any of these refs. I think the English refs are the worst in the world. That's my opinion.
Poor.
Poor man, absolutely.
Very
It,
poor.
But on that note, we've got Leeds on the weekend. We're at home. I'm hoping, like I said to Dowie again off air, that they're gonna obviously do a low block. We struggle against low blocks, so it'll be interesting to see how that game pans out. And I desperately want Gyökeres to score his goal, man, his first Premier League goal for us. And I'm hoping that's the game. Even if it's a penalty, just get that goal, shut the haters up, and I can see us winning. I can't see us dropping points against Leeds at home, and I'm happy to go for like a 2 or a 3-0.
Don't get me wrong, Leeds will be 100% up for that game.
They will.
Especially if they were to beat Everton tonight.
Mm,
They're not going to see, well, we're coming to the Emirates. We're not going to just sit back here. We're going to try and attack these guys. They're going to try use our weaknesses within that team and play on our weaknesses. And that's what I think Leeds will do. But yes, you know, hopefully we do get the result. I can obviously, like you said, Sav, I can see us getting a result. But let's put them to bed early.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. You know,
I mean, like, it's how
game
Arteta's going to approach that game. If they're going to play a low block, then he needs to obviously pick a very attack-minded side that's going to keep the possession and keep probing. Because, you know, if we, like I said, for me, like even like get to a point where I switch to a back three.
Yeah.
You know, if they're sticking everyone behind the ball and they're going to try and catch us on the counter, we've got to break them down. I mean, that's been our Achilles heel for how long? But that's what I think. Someone like, again, I'm going to mention his name again, Eze would be a good player for that because the way he carries the ball, you know. But let's wait and see. I'm still confident. I mean, I'd be very disappointed if we drop points at home to Leeds. That'll be a calamity for me.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
if we
No,
want to win the
next
title,
weekend is
we
definitely a
can't be dropping
must-win game.
points against anyone, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a must-win game.
So 3-0 from me, confidently.
I'm going confidence booster. I'm going with 4-0.
Nice.
A big scoreline, yeah?
Yeah, big
Yeah, yeah.
scoreline, man.
I'm
Big
just going to keep
scoreline.
it. I'm going to say a 2-1.
2-1. Yeah.
2-1, yeah.
You
They
can see
could.
them scoring, Wayne, yeah?
Huh?
You can see them scoring.
Like most teams who play against Arsenal, I see them scoring against us.
Do you know what?
No.
Do you know what? That Wayne's got a point because if you look at it, if you look at like our record last season, we conceded more at home than we did away.
No,
We
what's that?
conceded silly goals at home. I remember, yeah, I don't know what it is about the Emirates, man, but like I said, it's just strange that teams do manage to score goals against us. But let's see. It's only been one. We haven't had our first game yet, so we'll go from there.
So we get on.
Well, boys, then, like I said, we'll see what happens on the weekend. And thank you to everyone that's watched this video. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll be back next week.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys.
Yes, guys.
See you soon.